Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the program. Okay, we got a lot to talk about today. The market has been on a massive bull run. Okay, and then on Wednesday we had what we would call a flash crash. Okay, Fed Powell came out on Wednesday and spoke and crashed the market right here. We're looking at here is the SPY, representing an ETF of the S&P 500. Just to give an update here, the 10-year yield went up from 430 to 450, a 20 point basis, a 20 basis point hike on Wednesday, and that really market did not like that. And the relative strength of the dollar shot up to about 108, 108.50. So the relative strength of the dollar is still pretty high right now, and 10-year yield is at 451, which is pretty high. So, if that yield continues to spike higher, we're going to see the markets get hit. Now, crude oil is holding steady at $69.58 per barrel. So it's kind of in the $70 range right now. So let's talk about this here. So we had the sell off here Thursday, and then today we had a rebound. There's been word that these might be some shorts covering, and that's why we had the bounce here. But nevertheless, the SPY made an all-new high of 609.70. So let's go ahead and mark that here. 609.70, and that is going to be resistance now. And are we going to hold this range? We'll have to see. Right now it just broke out of it. So other than that, we might be heading down to around 555. So now that's for the SPY. And we'll have to take a look. Again, the drivers, are there going to be profits taking at the new year, in the new year? And then they can offset them with some, losses for next year. They're not going to want to take profits this year and pay all those taxes. So that's going to be interesting to watch. Let's get into the QQQ, the tech. Before we do that, we have a goal of 100 subscribers. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. That helps get the viewers to go. It helps the algorithms pick it up, get it out there more, so we can be found. So again, we have a goal of 100 subscribers, and we'd like to thank our current subscribers and our latest. So thank you very much. Let's get into the QQQ. Okay. Now here is the year, right here on the charts. Now let's zoom in a little closer here. So again, we had this big sell-off, an all-new high of 539.15. Okay, so in fact, what we're going to do is we're going to hold this one green. We're hoping that this holds support. Okay, it might come down to 502, but nevertheless, let's make a mark for the all-new high right here, 539.15. And we will go ahead and make that green. I'm sorry, red, because that's going to be resistance. And obviously that's resistance, and we were hoping this was going to be support at around 515, 516. Well, right now it's down to 510. So that's looking weak. All right, let's talk about the Magnificent Seven here. We'll start with Tesla, which has been absolutely impressive. That has been a rocket ship. Look at that. Okay, right after the election, this thing was basically around 211, 225, and now it's at 488 all-time highs. Old all-time highs was 414. Now let's make that green, because it looks like it may hold that as support. Okay, and let's go ahead and mark out an all-time high here, and we'll make that red as potential resistance to break. So Tesla is really shot up. That's been a huge winner here. I mean, we're talking a serious amount of percentage gain here. Say from here to the highs. That's a 100% profit. It went up 100%. 104 to be exact. That's impressive. So we'll have to take a look at that. Look at the other Magnificent Seven here. Very interesting. Apple, they made an all-time high today. That is unbelievable. Beautiful thing. So they're holding this as support here. We'll make that green. We would like to believe that 237 is going to be support. A high is 255 made today. So that's very impressive. And you know, their earnings aren't that great either. So it's kind of interesting. And Microsoft, they have fallen out of this uptrend channel that we drew here. But it's bringing its way back. It made the bottom end of it and it dropped off. As you can see here, it dropped off. It tried to get back into that channel, failed. Google has ripped past the old highs, made a new high of 202. The old high was what, 194? So there we have it for Google. Google, you know, that's an impressive run right there. New highs. So we're going to make that, we're going to make this, hoping that this would have been support, considering the old high, but it failed the old high and dropped down to here. I see support here probably around, well, right here, 183. So we're going to make this gray. We'll make an all-time high here real fast at 202.88, and we're going to go ahead and make that red as potential resistance. So there you have it for Google. They have really been a good run, but it's falling back. We need to hold 183. Amazon has been ripping really strong lately. A lot of stocks have just been going straight up. So we're going to make this gray here. Let's hope that this becomes support here. Okay, at 215.90. All-time high, 233. And again, Amazon's been kicking it. We're going to make this red. We're doing a little technical analysis here with you guys. We're all doing it together. And we'll have to see if Amazon can hold 233 you know, as resistance, or it's going to break through that. But right now, it did touch the 20-day moving average. And it's bouncing off of that. The red's the 50-day. The green here is a 200-day moving average. So it's way above its averages. Meta. Okay, Meta did make a new high to 638. Its old high was around 605. It failed. It's supposed to hold that as support, but it did not. So right now, you know, we're down here to 580. So let's go ahead and do a little technical here at 538 as an all-time high. And that's going to become resistance unless it can break through. Break through. So there we go. Now NVIDIA, let's enlarge this so you can see it. This has been weak. Okay, it did make a high of 152, but immediately got rejected. Look at that little wick right up here. So we're going to leave this as resistance as 149. We were hoping 137 would be support. It's not. So we're going to change that to gray. 131 is not holding it as support. I would say here we can draw another quick little technical line here. These two lines are lining up. Is it going to hold that as support? We're going to find out. 127. So right now it did bounce back up today to 134. Okay, well, isn't a green day? Came off of 127, back to 134. But you know, their profits, it can always skyrocket for so long until, you know, that, you know, we'll have to see. So let's get back to the charts, finish things up. I would have to say my most impressive runner that I've seen so far is Palantir. Look at this chart, ladies and gentlemen. Here's year to date. Beginning of the year, this stock was $17, and it is now $80.55. And this thing's been very volatile. Is it risky to trade? Yes. Can you make money trading it? Yes. Can you lose money? Yes. Look at today's bull run. This thing hit a high of 80.91. Came all the way back down to about 70, 71, Did have a wick down here to 68. And it was kind of looking weak. We have these topping tails. Okay, this is interesting. Take a look at it. Topping tail, sold down here, weak. Okay, topping tail, weak. Then all of a sudden today, it opened up at $72.60 and closed at $80.55. That is serious. So that alone, it made 8.54% move today alone. And that's from yesterday's close, which would have been from here. Okay, so from here to here, almost 9%. And, you know, they got another government contract. Technologies, you know, Fed, they got defense, military, and they're a software-driven AI company, so they got a lot going for them right now. Very kudos to them, man. They are rock and rolling. They are rock and rolling. Now, let's talk about Intel. They took a, it looks like they were recovering, okay, right here. They're trying to come up. If they could maybe reach a low support up 29 would have been nice, but no, once it reached about $26, it just failed. And you know, government spending, they're not going to get as much money from the government as they anticipated, less than half. So now the stock's already almost down to the lows here of 1850. I'll just draw a quick trend line there because it looks like that's where it's heading. Here's the low, 1848. We're not far off from it. It did have a green day today, but let's make these gray because they're not really holding anything. What happened here? Here we go. Green doesn't mean anything anymore. It's not. It lost that. It's not support no more. Let's hope that 1848, which is the recent low, becomes support. We'll have to see because, you know, Intel's been around for a long time, but, you know, they're not doing good. They got to make money. Anything else? Here's something I would like to show you guys. AMD, they have just been getting wrecked. Okay, I have this channel drawn here, which we made a long time ago. And it really is following this channel beautifully. These levels here are being rejected, so we're going to make them gray. This one, it seemed to hold, so we're going to hold that green. And I definitely think 100-hour mark would be support, but it's in this channel and it's just been going down, down, and down. So from their highs, I mean, they were up to what? 218 and we're down to 119. So they are getting hit pretty hard. And that's the chart right here, year to date. Let's take a little mark here and see how much they're really down. It's really interesting. Well, from all-time highs, oh, I can't see from there. Oh, I can't see from there either. Oh, hold on. Well, the chart's not showing me it. So from here, whoops, from here down to here, okay. It's down 45% from its all-time highs. 45% drop on AMD right now. Okay, so that's not good. We're almost back to where it was when at the beginning of the year. Actually, they're below. The year started out at 134 and we're 119. So AMD now is in the red year to date. And show you something really fast. Let me bring this to a 2-hour chart. I'm going to show you a classic short squeeze on a small cap stock. It does have news, so it does have a catalyst, okay? And they basically got some big orders, big contracts, and we're going to have to see what really happens here. I'll have to go back. I forget exactly what they do. But anyhow, I guess that's not important. But what is important is this run. Beautiful short squeeze. This stock's opened up at $1.79 just a few days ago, earlier in the week. made it all the way up to $80 as a high. And on Wednesday, it opened up at 14 and went up to $76. Look at those candles. Now, was this volatile? Absolutely. Okay, can you lose money? Yes. Can you make money? Yes, because you get these drop-offs. You could buy it, say, up here at 33. And next thing you know, it drops down. It's at 28. Okay, and you're buying 100 shares, 2, 3, 500 shares. That can add up fast. But that's a 10-minute chart here, just to give you an idea. But anyway, that's a classic short squeeze here. Really impressive looking. I just thought I'd show it to you guys. I just thought that was interesting. Other than that, anything else interesting to take a look at here? I won't make the video too long, but UPS has been getting hit pretty hard lately. Okay, here we are year to date. Year to date, they opened up beginning of the year at 158 and they're down to 129. I was hoping that support was going to be right here at 123. It did seem to bounce off support here. There's no doubt about it, 123. Now they do put out a nice dividend. So this is not a bad stock to swing trade. Dividend, 4.77%. So I'm keeping a close eye on UPS right now. So it's worth watching. But we'll have to see. I'm still going to wait to the end of the new year before we make any decisions. SMCI, the chip maker, they're kind of still getting wrecked. They're under investigation. Apparently they come out clean. They said that the books looked all right, but we'll have to see. Netflix, by the way, is like unstoppable. Folks, look at this. I mean, Netflix is just ripping. Just a couple of months ago it was $700. Now it's $941. Just keeps going. It's like unstoppable. Now let's end it on oil real quick. Oxy, let's take a look. Oil. Keeps coming down. Did not hold $50 as support. We were hoping it would have. So, we are going to make that gray here. We're going to make this gray. So right now we are trying to find support. Just keeps coming down. Let's take a bigger view here real fast. Go to the weekly chart here. Well, look, it can come down a lot. So, this was during the coronavirus, COVID, all this, everything was shut down. But right now, long-time support here was 39.78. So we're going to make this green. I believe should hold this. Okay, and this goes back to 2008, even back to 2005. So that green line in the sand there of 39.78 is a long time support. So we'll have to see what happens with that. So back to the daily chart. Other than that, I thank you for watching the program. We'll keep you posted if there's any other emergency flash crashes or anything needs to be broadcasted immediately. I'll let you guys know. I'd like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Be safe. And thank you for watching. Have a great weekend.